Just to understand the economy somewhat, so unlike sort of other small islands that you can see, it's not just reliant on tourism. So tourism is just 20%. It's got the IFC, it's got real estate, textile manufacturing, amongst many others. So it is, it's got its own pulsating beat. It's not just a matter of Seychelles or Maldives, for example. Quality of life, just a nice quick one on this. So it's very much shares only a few things with Dubai, and I'd say that what it shares is it's neutral, it's safe, it's stable, and obviously then it has the good banking and IFC. As a place, it's got some of the cleanest air in the world, some of the best quality of life, particularly for those for children, and those sort of more on the retirement stage. For those wanting the buzz, I'm sure they'll be staying in the UAE. So in terms of the residence options, and these we found Northern Europeans, a lot of people from the Middle East, Americans, Canadians, Australians, Indians, a lot of people are looking to diversify their residence. They're looking to diversify their banking, their structuring, I mean, really everything that one can. So Mauritius has got two in particular, two very good schemes that I think compare very well. Neither of them give you the two things that a lot of people are after here. So no citizenship, and you're not going to have any Schengen access or anything like that. So it's not competing with those. So the retirement permit, so this has been very, very popular internationally. And this really, one only needs to be 50 years old. You can get a 10-year permit, no physical residency requirement, and one only needs to bring $2,000 across each month to your bank account in Mauritius. So effectively, as a solution, and for who's looking at it, and like I said, fastest growing clients at the moment are actually Americans, but Northern Europeans, and many from the Middle East. It's just the idea that you've got somewhere you can go, and in the eventuality of something happening, whether it be in Europe, the Middle East, or wherever it is, and it's not just somewhere where you can go, which is just a tourism island where you'd get bored straight away. This has got world-class healthcare, world-class schools, universities. The IFC, like I said, is as credible as any jurisdiction in the world, probably a notch below Singapore. Banking, we've got Investec, HSBC, big international banks from all over the world. So that is one of the easiest and simplest entry points. And like I said, one never actually needs to stay there or live there. If you choose to, you can access a lot of tax advantages because it's a remittance-based tax system. So it means that you're only going to get taxed on what you bring there. So that's a very simple one to start off with. Real estate, now I know that so many people are selling real estate that me putting it on stage is just another one. And so the way I look at real estate here, don't look at it, if your first primary motive is ROI and your rental yield, then Mauritius is not for you. Stick to Dubai and other jurisdictions. That's really where you're going for your double digits. So Mauritius is steady, stable. The proper land registry, it's got the Privy Council of the UK as the top court. There's quite a large English influence. And sort of how it sort of distinguishes with a few others. Very easy to structure it, so you can structure it with any of your entities around the world using a local entity in between. You can borrow 70% of the funds even as a non-resident, so it's a relatively low capital expense. And in Mauritius, you've got anything there. So you've got anything from a $200,000 rental apartment down to spending $15 million at the one and only. So you've pretty much got everything in between. Yeah, I mean, look, that's just to tell you that there are the various options. We are, just to understand what we are an immigration firm, we've got a relocation firm, we've got a real estate agency, we've then got a number of other businesses, but not linked to this. So yes, so obviously hotel-backed premises are very good. There's investment hotel schemes where you can use them for 2-3 weeks a year, rent it out, all managed, etc. Investment apartments, like I said, so generally it's about a 5% rental yield with roughly a 5% capital appreciation each year. So they're the general numbers, but if you buy off plan, you can obviously make some very good percentages in capital appreciation through that. So rental apartments, again, fairly simple. There's a huge influx of expats, so there's always people ready to rent them out. Golf villas, so we found particularly with a lot of our Middle Eastern clients, particularly a lot of Emirati clients, they tend to want to get out of the heat in the summer, and from say May, June to about September, October, coming out when Southern Europe's just as hot and the Northern Europe isn't necessarily always their first choice. Then coming out to the golf course in a very international environment goes down very well with that. And Mauritius, just to understand, it's 3 flights a day at the moment between Dubai and Mauritius. It flies all over the world from Mauritius, and it's same time zone, very easy to commute between the two, and there's a nice synergy. I've always said there's quite a few opposites. So Dubai, fantastically easy to bring money in, not necessarily as easy to take it out. Mauritius would be the opposite. It's a lot harder. You need to show where your money's come from. You need to show the credibility. But once you've got it there, it's safe and simple to use as you want. So it's, like I said, a nice extra for those here. But that's not just from the Middle East. This is Europeans, Americans, anyone looking for that backup residence. But instead of it just being a backup residence where there's nothing really there, it's a backup residence with proper, competent banking system, business system, real estate with excellent land registry, etc. For those who aren't 50 and not looking to buy real estate, there are a number of different options which involve whether you set up a company or you're self-employed or you get a job. So there's various options, and like I said, my aim's not to go on about the jurisdiction. I hope I've explained enough for the moment. We've got a stand obviously through there, so if anyone has any extra questions, it would be a pleasure to explain any more. I think that just says, as I'm a British lawyer by trade. I ran a law firm out of Mauritius for several years, and we can cover as a one-stop shop everything that anyone would ever need there and in the region. So I think that will be my last slide. I assume you were so behind that no need to be any questions and answers, but that's fine. If you do have any questions, then please come and see us. We've got a good team there as well to answer any questions, and thank you for listening.